Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I'm Lisa Cardigainer, and this is Thoa Nguyen, and we are part of Peace Trees Vietnam. Thoa, for many, many years, has been on the board. She just went off this year, but is very involved with Peace Trees. And I've been with Peace Trees for, I don't know, volunteer board member. I think I'm going on 5 years. So
Nice. Thank you.
thank you. So today we're getting ready to celebrate the New Year for Vietnam called Tet.
Ted?
And Thoa, why don't you tell us about some of the traditions and the special food?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for being here, everyone. 2021, we are getting ready for Tet. It's actually going to be February 12th.
Okay.
So we have 8 more days to get ready.
Mhm.
Generally, I'll just go through the little tradition. We clean the house really well, getting ready the night before, because you're not allowed to clean
Oh,
or take out any trash.
uh-huh.
So at midnight, usually I have my husband take all the trash out.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a day of rest.
That's
Also.
right. Rest
Okay.
and enjoy good food, wear brand new clothes, red preferably, because it's stand for wealth and health, prosperity and health and happiness. We make sure that the first person that come into the house, and I would say this, is the one that will bring you the luck for the rest of the year.
Oh, wow.
So it's very important you pick who come to your house.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Like your husband or
A
your
husband or-
spouse or
And sometimes you look, this is the year of the ox.
uh-huh.
So you have to look and see what is compatible with year of ox. So you will invite that sign in,
Oh.
which I'm not sure what's compatible with the ox. Could be a mouse. I'm not sure.
Interesting.
We should look into
So
that
for balance.
for balance.
Huh. Okay.
It could be a rabbit, who knows, right?
Uh-huh.
Then you invite that person in and they will bring you the luck for the year.
Nice.
And then what you do is you also get ready, put in your pocket a whole bunch of money in a red envelope.
Mhm.
So when you see people, they have to greet you and wishing you a happy new year, whatever. And if they're younger than you need to give them
Oh,
that envelope so you can get that wish come true.
nice.
Okay.
So it's partly giving it to
Yeah.
someone else.
Yeah, so that's just
Okay.
a little, tradition.
Mhm.
As far as the food goes, there's always some what we call mung. It's like a plate of candy fruit. It's got coconut, yam, all type peanuts, lotus roots,
That's a ginger, right?
ginger, right, and mango.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then you eat this with tea when people come to your house visit. For the first 30 days, you have this in your house.
Mhm.
But we celebrate the first 3 days, the most important. Then it go to 10 days. Then it go to 30 days.
Wow.
So a lot of businesses are not open the first 3 days.
Mhm.
Yeah. So all the cooking is at home. We also have a very special rice cake that we call this one bánh tét, because the shape of it. And then there's a bánh chưng, it's a square one. It's wrapped in banana leaves and it has sticky rice, mung bean, and pork belly.
Yum.
Yep. And then
Can you just say a little bit about?
Yeah.
You told me an interesting story about how this is made. I
yeah.
thought it was interesting that how it boils and.
I know it's very interesting. It could be very intimidating. Not everyone make this at home, really. We actually tried to do this, but it's a banana leaves. You have to get prepared, and then you have to soak sticky rice and mung bean, and you have to marinate pork belly in a strip, arrange it all into the banana leaves, and there's a certain way you fold it. You have to so many layers. You fold it, but you don't want to fold too tight so that the rice can expand.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get a string or twine and you tie it all in one strip. And so if you do cut one, the whole thing will unravel.
Okay.
So, and then it's delicious. And that's what you eat in the New Year.
And so you were saying though, traditionally, or at least in Vietnam, that these bundles would be boiled
Yes.
in a new metal trash can outside.
Right. Well, because we have to make like 70 of them, and so my dad would get a brand new metal trash can outside, stack it to a brick, and make himself a wood stove.
Uh-huh.
And we cook for 8 to 10, 12 hours all night long.
Wow.
Stayed up all night. And in the morning, New Year.
Uh-huh.
So
What a great
that's a tradition. Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah. So today we're gonna be making Vietnamese chả giò. And that is one of my favorite traditional food to eat in New Year. It's also used for, birthdays and such.
Mm-hmm.
But New Year chả giò is one of them.
Okay.
And it's you'd be surprised. It is like an entree.
Mm-hmm.
So you could literally just have a meal with just chả giò.
So the egg rolls that I might have eaten at a Vietnamese restaurant are not necessarily the same recipe. It seems like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So you get a vermicelli salad, and then you get
those are
different.
Yeah. I mean, supposedly they're the same, but in restaurants sometimes they can't make like that because so they're just making it a side, so it's not as much filling.
Right. It's a very simple version.
Yeah, and they probably not even
putting all the same things.
No, and they probably don't even make them there.
I see.
Yeah, so it's being bought when it's frozen.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you go out to eat.
Mm-hmm.
But at home, we would never do that. So we would make our own meat. We sometimes grind our own meat.
Uh-huh.
We soak the noodle, we cut the vegetable, we put it together, and we fry it. And it's, I would say Vietnamese egg roll is very, very unique on any other egg roll. And I know some people say, well, how special can egg roll be? It's really, really delicious.
Yeah, well, I see the ingredients over there, so I'm excited. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so should we get started?
Yes.
Okay, so now I guess we work on the ingredients.
Yes. So prior to making the egg roll, for like 2 hours, I would get some mung bean. This is what it looked like, dry. It's in a package, look like this, in a grocery store. And I soaked 2 of these in warm water. And
for an hour or 2, you said.
Soft? To it soft. And you can feel it's kind of rubbery. You don't want it to be totally soggy or anything because it will cook when you're wrapping it. That's right. And this will give a very good texture. And then what I have, if everyone are familiar with, these are the wood ear. And
it's a mushroom.
It's a mushroom. It's a fungi. And when you soak it, also this one you want to soak it in like a little bit of a hot water, and it sponge up to the,
So it rehydrates.
Yeah, to rehydrate. And then we're gonna drain this like this. So, and I'm going to actually chop just so that it's not long, string. And then I will, because this is what we're gonna do when we put everything together. And can I get me that drain? I'm gonna drain out the mushroom.
Oh, sure.
Just gonna drain that. You can help me rinse that real quick.
Okay. So, and why do you want to rinse it? What's the point of the rinse?
Oh, just because it's dry and I just want to make sure
it's wet and
and they clean all the. But this is something I just never knew there was any nutrition into these wood ear, but there's tons.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean.
Well, mushrooms in general are good for you, aren't they?
Good for you. Yep. Good for your brain and all that.
Well, and the earth.
Right. And then same thing, we're gonna chop this up. I don't know if you can see it, but it's so that it will mix up into the meat pretty well, so you don't have a big chunk of mushroom or anything. And
it's interesting. I don't think I've really cooked with a wood ear mushroom before.
Yeah, you only see it in like Chinese restaurants for hot and sour soup or something like that.
Hot and sour soup?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. I remember seeing that in there. Okay.
Mushu pork.
Yeah.
But in Vietnamese, we do a lot of fungus wood ear. Lots of recipes in a lot of meat patty. And that is one one thing that we're doing right before doing everything else. We have to make sure these are soaked.
Okay.
So what we have here now is after we soaked and drained the noodle and chopped it up, so it would look like this in a big bowl. Get a really big bowl, like a big salad bowl. I know some people don't have really big bowl, but you will need it to mix.
Okay, because we're going to put all of the insides of the rolls.
You will see when I'm
here.
done, it'll be like, whoosh.
Okay,
Set.
great.
So what I'm using is a Cuisinart, and this is just your traditional big Cuisinart. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chop these onions. So I'm putting a little bit of a modern techniques into this traditional Vietnamese vegetable.
Time saver.
Yes.
All the chopping.
It used to take me like hours. Now it could literally take me 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's so nice. Okay, so see if I can remember this. There, there's a click, and you so I'm just gonna grind it, and I look at it, make sure that it's not too little. See how quick that is?
You don't want to paste.
No. And then
it gets wet too.
Exactly. Sorry, I'm gonna step away here. Okay. And I'm gonna dump this so you can see, huh? This is gonna be so fun, and you know what I do? I get the kid to help me.
There you go.
I'm serious. My son helped me with this before rolling. It's just.
For the rolling, I can hardly wait. That'll be fun.
I know, it was before, and it's not even that. It's not intimidating. It's not hard.
It feels really like though a lot of the foods that I've been learning from you involve wrapping. Do you know what I mean? That the things are folded inside. They're folded inside a leaf of lettuce, or they're folded inside a wrapper, or with the leaves. I think it's because we love to do that for party food. Makes it special. And when you sit in a big table and you have meat grill or the fish grill, we love to wrap. You're right. We love to wrap and dip. Yeah, something about that. Okay, so I'm going to turn that on. So what I did was, I don't know, can you see it? But I put in this blade, the shredding blade, and then you just make sure it's in. And so the jicama, I peel and I cut it into a shape like this, so that it would actually will fit into this thing. Yeah. In the beginning, it looks like that.
Right.
Then you peel it.
And then I got carrots. So there's 2 carrots, and then there's some jicama. So I'm going to turn that on, and I'm just going to feed it through. Okay. Yeah, that bowl. That'd be great. And then this is like maybe 1.5 cup, 2 cups. And I just kind of break it up a little, crunch it.
So you don't get big pieces.
Yeah, it's funny because this is a recipe for a family, and I used to say, bean sprout not going to make you taste anything, and oh my goodness, it does. Yeah. It does give it that fresh taste. I don't know why.
This one has a nice crunch.
Yeah, but when you fry it, you think you can't really taste, but it does make a big difference for me. Okay, and
so Thoa, is there a traditional greeting that you say to someone when it's the New Year?
Yes, all the kids practice this before the New Year, right? They're like getting ready. You say chúc mừng năm mới. So it's chúc mừng năm mới with the accent.
And what are you saying?
Chúc mừng, Happy New Year.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Or I think it also kind of mean welcome the New Year. Bringing in the New Year or something like that. But yeah, so you have to say chúc mừng năm mới.
I'll have to practice.
Yes. Okay, so now that we're into the final stage of getting the meat patty together. So we got, you saw me how I did all that with you see how much vegetable that is? And I am just like mixing it up. I like to use gloves because there's a lot. So you see how it's already filling up? The bowl is like really. So I'm getting that mixing up, and then I'm going to add the chicken, the ground chicken, and so many people are doing different way. Like some people, traditional is ground pork, and you can also add ground shrimp to it.
Oh, yum.
Yeah.
Would you do raw shrimp?
Yep.
Ground raw shrimp?
Yep, everything's raw.
So I see lots of dry shrimp.
Oh, I see. Yeah, no.
That's not for
No,
that. That's
no.
something different.
So you would get raw shrimp, and you can use a Cuisinart, the same blade that we
Oh.
did with the onion, and put it in and grind it up. I also see people add fresh crab to it.
Crab.
That would be really good,
Wow.
but you know, how much can you really taste the crab in here? And then,
That's
you
true.
know, you have to have a lot of crab.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm mixing it in, and you see how healthy this recipe is. Look at how much vegetable in there.
Mm-hmm.
And the secret is later when you eat it, it doesn't taste like, it tastes like a meat patty.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is mixing up. So now this is, I'm gonna add soon. Do you mind help me?
Yeah.
So, can you put in like maybe that big spoon of salt?
Okay. So 1 tablespoon of salt.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just sprinkle it in.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
And maybe another one. So make that 2 tablespoons of salt.
Okay.
Sorry, because usually I just make these by eyeball, but now we're actually getting it measuring down, so this is exciting.
Good.
We might have a cookbook coming. Okay, and then can you add like a teaspoon of sugar for me?
Okay. And this is
Sugar.
just regular sugar.
Organic sugar.
Organic sugar. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Just a
Yeah, this
teaspoon.
little for your grains.
Okay, and then give me 1 tablespoon of that black pepper. So anybody that have that Vietnamese black pepper.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then that is like 2 cloves of garlic. So that's
Okay.
go in.
The whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then I would like you, if you can help me measure those. That's oyster sauce.
Oyster sauce. Okay.
See if you can do 1 tablespoon. See what is that fit enough?
Okay.
So 1 tablespoon. Yep. And that's it. I'm gonna scoop that out.
Yeah.
And get all that in here. And then feel pretty good about that. Now can you
Want me to do an egg?
yeah. And this is let's put in 2 eggs for now.
Okay. So you wouldn't necessarily scramble it ahead of time.
We're gonna mix it
right
up.
in.
Yeah, so just do 2 eggs. Because you want it to bind a little.
Mm-hmm.
I know this looks like a lot, and so we could also cut this recipe in half, but what I do is I like to double my batch, and I roll them and I freeze them
That's so great.
as well, you know, so then, you know, you don't have to do all this production again for the next batch, and they do really well.
So you freeze them after you roll them, and then you can just pull them out and cook them.
Exactly. Put it out for like 30 minutes before you fry them. They actually fry better frozen, so.
Because they stay together more.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, things is more crispy when it's frozen, when it's cold. I think that's why the potato French fry.
Oh, because lots of times they're frozen. That's a good point.
Yeah. Okay, so it looked like, I think the 2 egg might do it, because you see how you don't want it to be too wet. So yeah, 2 egg is good.
Okay.
I mean, we could do 1 more, maybe just 1 more, and that's it. So therefore, that's 3 eggs, okay?
Okay.
And we're gonna have all this recipes typed up for everyone. So okay, and the next step is we're gonna roll. So yep, that's it.
Okay. So now we're ready to roll, right?
Ready to roll.
All
This
right.
is exciting. So I want to show everyone. You can get this brand every grocery store, literally even KFC.
Oh, wow.
It might cost you twice as much.
Are they usually frozen?
Yeah.
Okay.
And actually, it only takes like 30 minutes to thaw. So don't freak out like, oh, I forgot to take it out of freezer.
Okay.
Easy. While you're doing all the others prep, take it out. So this is what it looked like, everyone. It's in the frozen department at any of the Asian grocery store, okay? So that one. And then when you open it up, it will be a stack like this. And what it is it's, oh, sorry, let me move that out of the way. So then it makes it so easy for you because it was being poured in between this plastic.
Okay.
So you just kind of
Peel it off.
peel it, and you might have to go around.
So it doesn't tear.
And then put it on top of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I get my kid to help me with this.
So how many rolls will this make, you think?
And I am thinking, I got 2 packets here, so let's see how much we're doing.
Okay.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it looks like you could make a ton with that. Oh, and what people didn't see is that you took a small portion of the filling and you fried it to make sure that the spices, the seasoning was right.
All good. So you don't want to commit to a too big batch, and then you're like, oh, it's not salty enough or too, you know. So
can I just tell everybody it was delicious?
So we tasted it. So now we know it's a good recipe.
Yeah.
So Lisa, you're gonna help me keep doing that.
Okay.
And I want to show everyone. So first, what I did was I got some all-purpose flour.
What kind of flour?
All-purpose.
All-purpose.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could even do cornstarch if you want.
Uh-huh.
But they're hard to get it, mix up. So it looked like it's almost a cup there. I'm going to add some water. And all I'm doing is just making a consistency to make it really thick and pasty.
Okay.
So what am I doing is I'm making this so that I can, when I roll the egg roll, I will use this to seal it in. Other people also use, you just mix up the whole egg or egg yolk when you're sealing the egg roll. Okay.
So some people use egg.
Yeah, and I do that sometimes if I'm like, oh, I don't want to bring out the flour, but
does it change the color though?
It does. To me, it seems like it makes the oil more brown because there's egg yolk in there, and then you're frying it. But so it's I don't know if you can see, it's a pretty good taste. Yeah. Okay. So that's what I'm gonna have there. Okay, so this is when you totally have to use your hand. So starting with this. And you see how I get me a big tablespoon.
Okay.
So I know to measure it that way.
So big table. Yeah, I always overfill things and then they bust out.
You don't want to do that, but maybe just a heap of a tablespoon, okay?
Okay.
And you see how it's, what is that?
It's slightly closer to one end.
Yeah, and then slice this way. I usually like to fold it over. And I go a little bit. It's okay to go right off to the counter. And, oh, that one break up already. And then, like that, and I roll it and I put the seal down. So I'm making some bun right now. This is what we're going to eat the egg roll with. This is a package you can get from any Asian grocery store. And it's usually, it will say BUN, which is bun, Vietnamese word for fresh rice noodle. It's also, it will say rice stick, things like that. So water is boiling. So I'm going to and for this purpose, I'm just going to boil this much. It has like maybe 3 rolls in there. But that's what we're just going to use because it does come out on raw. So I'm waiting for that to boil. So once the water boiling, you want to keep it boiling for like 5 minutes. And then what we're going to do is we're going to drain it afterward and run cold water over it and let it sit. It's good to have it cook at least 30 minutes prior to eating, because then it'll give time for the noodle to be dry and spongy, so it's not wet noodles. And that's it.
Okay, great. So now we're making sauce.
Yep, moving along, we're going to add, what is this, 1/3 cup? One-third cup of fish sauce. This is equal part of sugar, 1/3 cup. That's always, and I usually like to just go ahead and stir this until it's very, very dissolved. And then I would add in, this is like around 1 to 2 cloves of garlic, depending. This is all your preference. I'm adding a tiny little bit of chili sauce.
That's a little bite.
Yep. But if you have those tiny chili pepper that's fresh, you can put some in. They are very, very strong and very hot. And then this is 2 cups. Well, I'm just gonna do 1 cup first. So after you stirring, okay, so that's 1 cup of water. I'm going to do, I'm pretty good at boiling. I'm gonna do 1/3 cup of vinegar.
1/3 cup of vinegar, and you used apple cider vinegar. Okay.
So in Vietnamese, there is so many recipes for this, so many different options. People put lemon juice, lime juice, vinegar. But yes, definitely you have to have something sour in that.
Okay, so now we're at the end.
This is the fun part.
Right, the frying part. And I just want to show everybody that mostly, but together we rolled 60. So if you do the full recipe,
it's 60.
It's 60.
And half a recipe will be 30. And we're going to, give you an option to do full recipes or half recipes.
So if you didn't want to fry all of these, then you would?
I would put them loosely like this, as it is, into the freezer.
Oh, okay.
Let it get frozen first, and then separate them and put them in a Ziploc bag.
Okay, separate them. Would you use like
parchment paper or just like paper? Just go like this into the freezer until it's frozen.
Okay.
Then I just kind of like slam it.
Okay.
And so that it will just open up, and then you just put them into the zip, but don't put them all wet like this into it, and it'll stick into
Okay.
And so so this is 60. And we're going to, on this I use a Dutch oven, but if you have a small batch, you can use a smaller pan. And you want to put in like maybe 1/3 oil. So this is a full-size Dutch oven, and I have put in 10 cup of canola oil. And I think it's pretty, and you want this at 375 degree. Okay, so I'm going to merge, never drop. So I'm going to put a few of Lisa.
And you can tell the difference.
And then I'll put a few, nice golden brown color, and because you add them onto a different timing, just look for the darker one first. Just know that the one that you add in later is a little lighter, so I want to go like vertical. I just kind of do this, just get all the oil out.
Well, so now we assemble.
Here we are. This is so. Just a quick thing. I didn't mention before, but I did a little bit of roasted peanut into a dry pan. Doesn't need to have oil or anything. Just keep it
So
low
it gets
heat,
brown.
medium until it's brown, just tossing around. And now we put it in a Ziploc, and Lisa's gonna help me crush it.
Okay, so you want broken pieces.
Yeah, and this is what's gonna go on top of the rice noodle that we boil if you want to make this into a noodle bowl. Okay, perfect. And then let's put that in there.
Okay. Ooh. I just didn't want to do it.
So I'm gonna show everyone that we're gonna start arranging this into a platter so that we can sit down and enjoy. I have washed some leaf lettuce. You can also use butter lettuce, green leaf, but the kind that's soft so it doesn't have very strong rib so that you can wrap easier.
Okay.
So these are, I put them onto here.
Actually, I remember the last time you did a cooking lesson, you showed how you actually broke the rib of the lettuce,
and
right?
that's when we're wrapping it inside something.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll put a little bit of cilantro. I'm sure you guys can see some fresh mint. I'm gonna put in some mint here. Some basil. Some cucumber. Sliced cucumber. Okay. Actually, you might know that. I'm gonna put this further in front so people can see what I'm doing.
Looks beautiful.
Okay.
Maybe we pull this back.
Yeah. Thank you. And then there's a pickle. There will be a recipes, and this is actually what this is. You can do this 2 hours ahead or a night before, and you keep this in the refrigerator. And I'm just gonna put this.
And that's pickled
daikon
and
carrots. It's really yummy when it comes to wrapping. So we're basically doing the wrapping, and we can make a noodle bowl out of this. Okay. And then we have some rice noodle. You want to put that over there for me, and then I'm just gonna make some space. So the noodle already sits. It get like a little bit sticky. Yeah. And we're gonna show you what we're gonna do. And nobody allergic to peanuts, right?
No. Not
on
here.
Top. Okay, so like that. Okay, and then I am going to the egg roll that we just fried. I'm gonna put it on here. You'd be surprised that these are not going to be very oily.
No, they don't look oily at all.
Nope. And the oil that you fry, it's going to go down very little.
And you didn't put it on paper towels; they would have stuck.
No,
right?
yeah.
You
so
put it on a
you could
wrap,
but it's actually make it a little soggy.
Yeah. Okay.
So what I put is on a cookie. What is this? Cooling rack. And so there's air in between, so they don't get soggy. Okay. And so I'll put the little sauce here.
Everything smells so good and fresh with all those fresh herbs.
Yeah. So what you do is you have individual dropping, individual saucer for everyone. And everybody get a plate, and then we'll use a lettuce as a wrapper. And then you want to put, you pick these little herbs that you like, and an egg roll inside with a little pickle, and you dip it into the sauce. Now you will have some people that want to make a big bowl. Then you would do all these herbs, break the lettuce into a bowl. So, and then, so you break up these lettuce. Like for example, I'll get a little one.
Okay.
Since that's not very good to wrap. Okay. And you want to put some noodle onto it. So Lisa, can you grab me some scissor?
Sure.
Over there? The kitchen scissor. Okay. You want to put some cucumber, some of this, and you know everybody make this on your own. So
things that you like.
Put a little herbs, and then the egg roll. And you want to get a scissor. You want to cut it by side like this, and we put the sauce over. And this is the Vietnamese egg roll noodle bowl.
Delicious.
Or you can, like I said, you sit down, share this food with your friend, and you're wrapping all this, and you eat.
So everything goes in, all of that goes in the lettuce.
In the lettuce, and then you wrap and you dip. So,
wonderful. Delicious.
Yeah. So, well.
Tell us again, how do you say a version of bon appetit? Is there a way you say that?
I don't think we say that.
No?
We just
Enjoy
say,
your meal.
We just say, eat up.
Eat up. Okay.
Or no, we say, eat rice. I don't know why. But
eat rice?
And same way with Chinese, they say, eat rice. It's a way to say it. So we saw ăn cơm, you know,
okay.
Funny.
Or Happy New Year.
Or chúc mừng năm mới.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to eat.
Yes. Thank you, everyone.